So this is our private dining room. We have had as many as 40 people that really like themselves, really like each other anyway, in here, because you have to really like each other in order to get 40. Our sweet spot is that 25 to 30 range. We actually had our first wedding ceremony in here about a month ago, and it was amazing. Amazing. We had both sides of the room set, and so the main drag right here. They got married over there, and we had 80 chairs in here, and we could have fit 100. So, and it was very, very comfortable, and it was amazing. We were happy that particular bride had that vision, because this isn't what we designed this room for, but we're happy to use it any way we can.
I was going to say 2 weeks ago we did breakfast in here with Detroit Sessions. A gentleman named Ivan has founded this and partnered with the DIA and put on an incredible show with classically trained cellists and pianists. We had a Steinway up at the front here, and then a very intimate brunch, and it was absolutely lovely, and it was such a great experience to be able to do that in our space. And the extension of the program was over at the DIA, so that was very cool for us to do.
That
very
was
unique.
again first time we. A lot of things we're doing is for the first time, and so I was worried about the acoustics in here, and they're in here tuning their. I walk in, and Yvonne is at his piano, and I walk in, I'm like, so, because we have some acoustic issues in the main dining room because of the ceilings and everything else. He's like, Bob, it's amazing. I think it's the drapery and the woodwork, and everything was just bouncing just right, and it was really, really great. And again, we had a really great collection of individuals here that were here to take advantage of it and experience it with us.
And we had our
So this was what we call the officers' quarters. John, you can help me, you know.
One of the officers' rooms for doing all the paperwork and everything, primarily up in that area. And you had so many companies down there. Each company had its own officers. They all had their own paperwork and reports to do. And this was the room they would do it in, right? But then over the years, as they kept changing the occupancy of firefighting, they would change it. This actually was a small museum for about 5 years, where they had a lot of stuff on display here. And then it became a storage room for a while. So, fortunately, it was a large building, and as we downsized the department, we would use whatever space for whatever we needed. So when they had to store extra stuff, it would be in here.
So we kept the original floor, the original woodwork. All we really did is paint, drape, and chandelier. By the way, the chandeliers are made by Alex Corby, who is a Detroit artist and metal worker, and you'll see his work throughout. He actually made this big chandelier around the bar, the one with all the light. He made that. And by the way, you'll notice that some of the bulbs in that chandelier are not lit. You'll see that there are globes mixed in with the bulbs, and that's his interpretation of when Detroit did not have all the lights on Woodward and downtown, and when not everything was illuminated, and that was kind of his inspiration behind that piece. But he is a great example. We have about 45 different collaborations in our hotel, and that means Alex as the lead our chandeliers, artists, woodworkers, people that make our tables, and a lot of things that you see around. And the number keeps growing. We'll keep working on that. But 45 is the number we use. It helped us get the building open, and it's been beautiful ever since. So if you ever decided to have a communal dining experience in here, we do what we call Chef's Choice, because anything over 10 or more, we do a Chef's Choice offering, which is family style. So platters of food that you share, you pass around the table. It helps our kitchen execute, but it's also an incredible way to experience our menu. So anything 10 or more, we would urge you to go down that road. If you complain enough, and since you know me, you could probably get out of that. But we'd really rather you do that, because that's actually what we do well. We do it extremely well. That's how our menu is designed, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to go to the chef's table next. So we're going to walk in the back space, and we're going to take you up through a stairwell. If everybody needs to use the elevator, there is an elevator, but for speed wise, we'll just take the stairs. And it's the back of the house, so don't look too closely.